Apex just released a brand new product. And honestly, this might change the game forever. So in this video, lalakarin ko kayo sa step-by-step sa mga changes na nangyari with Apex Trader Funding. Papakita ko sa inyo kung ano ang magiging epekto nito sa mga traders na katulad natin. Not just the advanced but also the beginners. Quick disclaimer lang, I am an affiliate with Apex but I will try my best to give you guys the honest review. I will show you guys the good and the downside and how it's going to impact you as a trader. Kasi itong video na to, dahil sa bagong update ng Apex, posible talagang baguhin ng industry standard. Kung nagbabalak ka pumasok sa prop firm trading or currently existing trader ka na, make sure na panoorin mo to hanggang sa dulo para maintindihan mo lahat ng changes na nangyari with Apex at start ulit ang trading journey mo sa prop firm. Now, before tayo mag-deep dive, yung old plan ni Apex na tinatawag na legacy plan, which is this one, is already phased out. Meaning, you cannot buy this anymore. But if you have existing account na legacy plan, you may continue trading as usual at walang nagbago sa kahit na anong rules dun sa mga legacy plan. You can still trade them under the old rules. But this plan is no longer available and you cannot purchase it anymore going forward. So let's delete this. And the two brand new products with Apex are called End of Day at saka Trailing Drawdown. Yung Trailing Drawdown is very similar with the old plan, but let's talk more about the End of Day because I think this is one of the biggest change that Apex had. Ano ba yung End of Day? Wala tong intraday trailing drawdown. Nagka-calculate lang once per day at market close yung trailing drawdown mo. Meron na siyang daily loss limit, right? Because before, walang daily loss limit with Apex. Ngayon, meron na. Tas fixed position size during evaluation, no minimum trading days, pwede ka pa rin makapasa sa isang araw. 7 calendar days to activate a PA after pausing. So ito, malaking bagay to. Before kasi, you can activate your PA account anytime you want as long as babayaran mo yung monthly subscription. But now, tinanggal na nila yung monthly subscription with Apex. So, you can only have a 30-day assessment. So, in 1 month, kung meron 20 trading days, yun yung time span mo to pass the account. Kapag hindi mo napasa yung account, mabublow siya basically, regardless kung ano yung progress mo. So, make sure na as much as possible, you pass the account within the 30 days time mark. Tapos, after mo mapasa yung account within 30 days, dapat i-activate mo yung PA within 7 days. Pag hindi mo na-activate yung PA within 7 days, mabublow na yung account mo. Unlike before na pwede mo siyang activate anytime. And the reason why they are doing this is para maiwasan nila yung churning and burning, meaning yung nag-i-stack ng evaluation because before, people can buy multiple evaluation, then they can have 20 accounts, tapos habang tinitrade nila yung 20 accounts, pag na-blow yung 20 accounts, activate nila anytime yung another 20. So ngayon, mahirapan kang gawin yon kasi may expire yung PA na napasa mo or yung evaluation na napasa mo after 7 days after mong mapasa yung account. So that's a simple glimpse ng mga changes sa evaluation. So no more monthly fees. Kailangan mong bayaran agad yung PA fee. So that's a big change already. Hindi ka na magbabayad monthly. Maiwasan na yung mga hindi sinasadyang rebill. Now let's go to the account parameters. So right away, we're always going to talk about the 50k kasi yun yung pinaka-common. So first thing I noticed nung nakita ko yung plan na to is actually yung max drawdown. Before sa legacy plan, you can have a 2,500 drawdown. But now you can only have 2,000 drawdown. Profit target remains the same, but yung max contract is also changed. So dati 10 contracts ang pwede mo sa 50k account, but now you can only do 6 contract, which is still not bad. It's still pretty large amount of contracts. Tapos meron na siyang daily loss limit. So kapag na-hit mo yung DLL mo for the day, out ka na. Kailangan mo nang mag-stop. Actually, mag-stop ka talaga kasi hindi mo na matitrade yung account after mong ma-hit yung DLL na 1,000. You have to wait for another day para makapag-trade ulit. Again, meron tayong 30 days para mapasa. No consistency. Mapapasa mo pa rin yung account in 1 day if you hit the profit target sa isang araw or 2 days or 3 days, you can convert it into PA. Wala kang consistency rule na pina-follow. And then scaling, basically meaning niyan, magagamit mo yung 6 contracts right away. Yung trailing drawdown, similar to from legacy plan, but the thing is, yung 50k is na-nerf siya. Yung ano na lang niya, drawdown na lang niya is 2k and yung max contracts na lang niya is 6. So, nabawasan ng $500. Noticeable as well yung 150k account. Makita yung 150k account, ang drawdown ng 150k account before was 5,000 but now it's only $4,000. Makikita nyo naman dyan sa parameters na to which you can find in their FAQ kung ilan yung profit target and also ilan yung mga max contracts. And same thing, 30 days assessment and also 7 days to convert their account into PA, tapos nagtitrail siya real time. Okay, this is the most important. Hindi kasi alam ng iba ang end of days sa trailing drawdown. So let's talk about first the trailing drawdown. The way it works is you have 50k, you have 2k drawdown, right? Yan, let's say you took a long here, then yung target mo is here, your risk is let's say $1,000, right? Nagre-risk ka ng 1,000, ang 50k balance mo, 2k drawdown mo. Naglong ka dito, yung price umabot siya dito. Meron kang unrealized profit na 51,000, right? You have 51,000, tapos nag-decide ka, okay, I'm going to break even now. Nilagay mo yung break even dito, tapos yung price nag-retrace siya dito, your balance will stay 50k, pero yung drawdown mo mababawasan siya ng 1k. Down ka pa rin ng 1k even though yung balance mo 50k. Why? Kasi yung drawdown nagtitrail siya as it goes in your favor. So every time na magko-close ka after a retracement or pag nag-break even ka, ibig sabihin nun, mababawasan yung drawdown mo. Meaning, dahil nabawasan ng 1k yung drawdown mo, pag napumunta yung balance mo ng 49k or yung equity mo ng 49k, mabublow yung account. So it's hard, no? Mahirap yung trailing drawdown because of that. Kasi napipilitan ka na mag-take profit early dahil ayaw mong maubos yung drawdown mo kasi baka natatakot ka na mag-retrace yung market. So in another example, let's say, yan, 3,000 yung profit target mo, right? This is your profit target. Tapos yung price pumunta dito, you are unrealized profit ng 2,000. Kapag yung price bumalik siya sa entry point mo, mabublow yung account mo because you lost a $2,000 in drawdown. Even though yung balance mo is 50k, mabublow yung account kasi nga natalo ka ng $2,000. So it's basically the drawdown mechanics of trailing drawdown ng legacy plan ng Apex before. This is the reason why maraming nahihirapan sa Apex, maraming may ayaw sa Apex in the past. But yeah, I was just able to build the system na where I'm taking profit early, and the way to combat this is just actually targeting 1:1 instead of looking for those home runs. So basically, yung trailing drawdown plan ni Apex is a nerf version ng legacy plan. Kasi maraming hindi favor na changes when it comes to trailing drawdown. That includes yung drawdown na bawasan and also yung mga payout structure, which is we will talk more about later. So now, let's move into end of day drawdown. So end of day drawdown from the word itself is nagtitrail lang yung drawdown mo after the end of day or 4:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Sa Pilipinas, this is going to be 4:59 a.m. PHT or 6 a.m. PHT. Depende kung nasa daylight saving time tayo or wala. So the way this works is, again, you got 50k account. Ito yung pinaka-common na plan. You got 2k drawdown, right? The way this works is that you take along here $1,000 risk. Let's say you are at $1,000 profit right now. If bigla tong nag-retrace, you took a break even, you will still have a 50k drawdown. Why? Kasi hindi siya nagtitrail. Nagtitrail lang yung drawdown mo after the end of day. So for example, right now, let's say 1,000 profit, right? Nag-close ka dito. Your new balance is 51k. Tapos yung next trade mo, you took a long again and it actually lost sa stop loss mo. Natalo ka ng 1k. On the same day, ha? On the same day. Keynote. Natalo ka ng 1k on the same day. Ibig sabihin nun, 50k yung balance mo, yung drawdown mo kompleto pa rin. Bakit? Kasi natalo lang yung profit mo eh. Technically, kunyari, nag-profit ka ng 1k, yung drawdown mo for that particular day is actually 3k. Pero since meron tayong daily loss limit, hindi naman mauuna na maabot yung drawdown mo before the daily loss limit. Mauna yung daily loss limit mo na ma-hit. So, technically, if kunyari, nag-51k yung balance mo on the same day, yan, naging 51k, meron kang 2,000 para ma-hit yung DLL mo. Kasi kumbaga, yung 1k na meron ka, buffer mo yon sa araw na yon. Okay? So, kailan ba magte-trail ang profit? Kunyari, Monday ngayon, nag-profit ka ng 1,000, so may 51k ka. Tapos, nag-stop ka na mag-trade. The following day, after 4:59 Eastern Time, ang drawdown mo, babalik siya ng 2k. Okay? So, meaning, pag bumalik ng yung balance mo ng 49k, mabublow na yung account mo. So, in short, hindi ka nakakabahan mag-hold ng trade kasi even if bumalik yan sa break-even mo, walang mababawasan sa drawdown mo kasi nagte-trail lang yung drawdown after the end of day. So, that is actually huge para sa mga beginner because most people cannot trade the trailing drawdown kasi hindi sila consistent or kaya naman yung method nila is targeting 1:3, 1:5. I guess that's also the biggest perks of this. So, kung meron kang mga trade na sa tingin mong mag-work talaga sa target mo, even though meron mga retracement, right? Hindi ka matatakot kasi confident ka sa draw on liquidity or sa target mo. Yun basically yung end of day drawdown. And also yung isa pa na tinatanong is, magre-reset ba siya if talo ako? Let's say 50k. Naging 49k yung balance mo, right? Monday. Pag na-hit yung DLL mo, let's say na-hit yung daily loss limit mo na 1,000. Therefore, tomorrow, after end of day, 1,000 na lang drawdown mo. Hindi yan magre-reset. Kasi nga, natalo ka eh. Mabublow yung account mo, 48k. Kunyari, 49, natalo ka Monday. Tapos, kinabukasan, Tuesday, 1,000 na lang yung drawdown mo. So, mabublow yung account account mo once na nag-below ka sa 48K. Laging 48K yung pinaka minimum na threshold sa 50K. Okay? Hindi yun bababa pa. Tataas lang siya. Kunyari, Monday today, you made 2K profit, right? Ngayon, meron ka ng 52K. Tuesday, ang trailing drawdown mo is still going to be the same kasi nag-reset na siya. So, meron ka pa rin 2K na drawdown. So, meaning, kapag yung 52K mo, bumabayan ng 50K, mabublow yung account kasi nag-trail na siya after 459. At least, hindi siya nagtitrail ng intraday. Ang brutal kasi sa intraday trailing drawdown, halimbawa, nag-profit ka ng 52K. If natalo ka on the same day, kunyari, nag-trade ka, panalo kang 2,000, naging 52K. Pag natalo yung $2,000 on the same day, mabublow na yung account. Pero sa end of day, if nanalo ka ng 2,052K, tas natalo yan on the same day, break even ka lang. Kasi nga, nanalo ka muna bago ka natalo. Unlike sa intraday na nagtitrail siya immediately as it goes in your favor kahit na hindi pa nagko-close yung trade. So, yun yung difference ng dalawa. And now that you know it, we will now go sa payouts, sa funded account rules, and all that stuff. Now, let's talk about the PA rules. So, as you can see, we are now in the Apex website. Meron lang siyang current bug. Hindi ko alam kung yung bug sa Chrome ko ba or this is actually sa website ng Apex. As you can see, medyo distorted yung website at the moment. But there's an ongoing bug, I think. It's either sa sa PC ko or sa website itself. Parang naka siya, mobile view siya even though nasa PC ako at the moment. But yeah, let's go through the FAQ which you can find in here. Ayan, ito yung FAQ. And dito nyo makikita yung further information regarding the two product which is yung both end of day and trailing drawdown at the same time. So let's go to end of day performance account. So again, no trailing drawdown, nagka-calculate siya after end of day. Okay, so meron siyang daily loss limit intraday, tire base scaling, 100% split upon meeting the payout eligibility which is solid kasi si Apex lang ang alam ko nagbibigay ng 100% split until now. Hindi ko lang sure sa ibang firm ko nagbibigay pa sila ng 100%. So the account parameters would be, sa 5K, meron kang max end-of-day drawdown, okay? So, ang max contract na allowed ka is actually only 4. Diba sa eval, 6 lang? Pero dito, scaling-based tier siya. Meaning, as you grow your profit, na-unlock mo pa yung mga max contract mo, pati yung DLL mo. So, ibig sabihin, nag-i-increase yung daily loss limit mo habang tumataas yung buffer mo sa account. And the thing is, about this, kapag na-reach mo yung 50 to 100, it will stop trailing, just like the legacy plan before. So, mag-stop na siya mag-trail. So, kunyari yung 50K mo naging 60K, yung buong 10K na yun, magiging drawdown mo na siya. Hindi na lang siya 2K. So, ganun siya kapag PA account. As you grow your buffer, tumataas yung drawdown mo. Unlike sa eval na nagtitrail siya lagi. Mamaya papakita ko kung ano yung mga amount para tumaas yung contract na available mo. And then, punta tayo din sa trailing drawdown. Sa trailing drawdown PA account, meron siyang difference. Di ba sa eval, wala siyang daily loss limit. But in this case, meron siyang scaling base tier na contract size and also meron siyang DLL. Yes, you heard that right. Meron siyang DLL, no? So, yung inactivity rule, as far as I know, this is 150 days or 30 days. Hindi ako sure, but this is not something to be worried about. Before, dun sa legacy plan sa intraday, walang scaling base tier, walang max contract, walang daily loss. Ganun siya dati. Pero, ang promise ngayon ni Apex is that sa website, end of day drawdown, no payout denials, I hope, no MAE rule. So, wala na yung mga MAE rule dati na 30%, no risk to reward na 5:1, built-in scaling, and the biggest change, guys, this is the biggest change, 50% consistency. This is very massive. It is much easier to get a payout now compared to before. Kasi before, kailangan mo ng 30% consistency. So, if you have a 1,500 profit, ang overall profit na kailangan mo is 5K when you do the calculation, when you do the math. But now, 50% consistency, ibig sabihin, if yung biggest day mo sa PA account is 1,500, makakapag-payout ka once your profit becomes 3,000. Okay, so 50% mas madali nang i-achieve. Kung 5K ang biggest profit mo sa isang araw, kailangan mo ng overall 10K profit para makakuha ka ng payout. So just do the math, 50% ng biggest day mo, times 2 mo lang siya, yun yung kailangan na profit mo para makapag-request ka ng payout. So this is such a big thing. For me, 50% consistency as if it doesn't exist anymore. Ang laking bagay ng 50%. I don't see anyone offering this unless yung prop firm nag-offer siya na ng no consistency on funded account. But usually yung mga ganun, meron silang strict consistency on eval. So, isa sa mga gusto kong pag-usapan is actually yung mga payout structure. But before that, let's just dive into this presentation. So, shout out kay Natty Bar. I just don't want to miss anything else. So again, I'm just going to read through this. End of day drawdown available. No more payout denials. I hope it doesn't happen na. No payout reviews. No MAE rule. No 5:1 reward rule. No video recording of trade. No chart screenshot. Built-in scaling. Then black and white na yung rules. Kasi di ba dati, problem dito is that mahihirapan ka mag-track sa mga to sa legacy account. MAE, nahihirapan ka dyan kasi madalas hindi alam ng mga trader how it works. But now, meron ka ng scaling. Di mo na magagamit yung buong contract. So, di mo na ma-breach yung rule na scaling rule. Ngayon, meron ng daily loss limit. Hindi na kailangan yung MAE rule knowing na meron ng daily loss limit yung account. Tapos, eval unban, hindi ko sure. Maybe some people might get unbanned. 20 account stay, so that a big thing. Si Apex lang ang nag-offer ng 20 accounts. And then, 100% split stay. Low cost entry, which is a big thing. Kasi yung ibang firm, mataas yung cost ng entry. Tapos, wala silang activation. But with Apex, kung beginner ka, mura lang yung mga eval. But once you pass it, you have to pay the activation fee. Ang end of day, mas mahal siya ng konti. I think $10 compare sa intraday. Kasi pangit yung drawdown structure. So, mas mahal logically yung end of day. Okay, so kung namimili ka, which one would you pick? Kung end of day ba or intraday? It also depends on your budget. But if you are a beginner, I would suggest just go for end of day para wala kang stress when it comes to trading your actual strategy. So, old accounts will no longer be available for purchase. Like I said, any old evals will be under the old or legacy plan. So, kung meron kang old PA account, walang nagbago. Everything stays the same. Then, legacy evals still remain recurring. Pwede mo pa rin silang i-reset. Legacy evals can still be passed and converted into PA. And yes, pwede kang magkaroon ng legacy and new accounts. Okay, so pwede yun. Tapos, eto yung mga structure. Eval will be one-time fee. Hindi ka na magbabayad ng recurring. No more monthly fee. No rebill. Mag-automatically cancel after 30 days. No reset. Kapag na-blow mo yung account, kailangan mong bumili ng bagong eval. Meron kang option to go for intraday or end of day. End of day evals will have DLL. Intraday evals, wala silang daily loss limit. And meron ka lang 7 days to activate. Still 1 day to pass. And this is something I forgot. 250k and 300k account are no longer available. So, tinanggal na yung mga account na yan. Now, this is the eval details which I already showed you guys kanina sa TradingView chart. We're not going to go through this anymore. And then, this is the PA account. Okay? Ito yung one-time fee nila, $79 yung intraday. And then, you have the payout split, consistency of 50%. And then, max payout. This is something we need to talk about kasi ito yung massive nerf with Apex, yung payout structure. And end of day, $99 yung activation fee. I'm not sure if they're going to change this. I think they might change this. Right now, ito lang yung prices kasi bagong launch. I think yung 150k is gonna become expensive in the future because this is the cheapest plan na 150k out there na nakita ko. Ito yung pinaka-cheap na 150k. Although, pinaka-mababa rin na drawdown which is 4k. But still, with the 50% consistency rule, it's still a good deal. Okay, ito yung scaling plan na sinasabi ko. The way you read this is, ito yung profit na kailangan mo para ma-access mo to. Okay? Tinatawag nilang tier-based leveling. Okay? So, kapag yung profit mo is within 1,499, ang allowed na contract size is 2 contracts. DLL mo, 1,000. And then, 1.5 is gonna be 3 contracts. DLL still 1,000, level 2 ka na. Kapag umabot ng 3K yung profit mo, pwede ka nang gumamit up to 4 contracts at yung daily loss limit mo, aabot siya ng $2,000 and level 3 na siya nun. And then 6K and above, 4 contracts, daily loss limit mo is 3,000 and level 4 na siya nun. So sa PA account, tumataas yung DLL mo habang tumataas yung profit mo. Which makes sense kung mas malaki na yung profit mo, right? You wanna have more breathing room before mahit yung daily loss limit mo. So I'm not going to read everything. I'm just, screenshot maybe and then check this. But this is the 50k which is the most common plan. Okay, now, ito na yung biggest thing, okay? With Apex, you can now only have 6 payout. Before, sa 6 payout mo sa legacy plan, you can withdraw everything. Mawi-withdraw mo lahat. But now, you can only get 6 payout tas mabublow yung account mo. You have to start evaluation again. Kung hindi ka pa graduate, meaning hindi ka pa na-ban, hindi ka pa tinanggal sa program, mag-start ka sa eval, or kaya naman lalagay ka sa live account. But tayong mga Pilipino, as far as I know, walang Pilipinong nalalagay sa live account because hindi hindi tayo tinatanggap ng mga brokers to have a live account. So, hindi control ng Apex yun. It's something na globally sa prop firm world na hindi nalalagay yung mga Pinoy sa Pilipinas as far as I know sa live account. Ito yung isa sa mga biggest change, okay? Ito ang mga max payout na pwede mong makuha assuming na winidraw mo lahat yan throughout your entire journey ng funded account mo. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mo na lang ngayon ng 5 trading days. By the way, dati 8 trading days kailangan mo, di ba? Now, 5 trading days lang. But, you can only withdraw anything above the buffer. So, meaning, hindi mo pwedeng i-withdraw yung buffer mo, which is something na ayoko din sa update na to. Before, sa fourth payout mo, di ba, may 5,200 ka? Anything above that, or anything below that, mawi-withdraw mo on your fourth payout. Now, you cannot withdraw. Kailangan mo ng 52,100 sa 50k account, and anything above this, yun lang ang pwede mong i-withdraw. Tapos, pwede mo lang i-withdraw is yung mga max payout na nakalagay dito. For instance, intraday PA, ang pwede mong ma-withdraw, first payout, 1.5. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan mo ng 53,600. Makakapag-withdraw ka ng 1.5. Never kang allowed mag-request ng safety net, which is odd, which is not something I like, but again, it is what it is. Dati sa legacy plan, fourth payout, pwede mong i-withdraw ito. Ngayon, hindi mo na ma-withdraw yan. Sa 6 payout before, ma-withdraw mo lahat. But now, may payout ka palagi. Assuming na 20 accounts, ito ang max payout na makukuha mo if i-request mo lahat. So, merong konting difference. Makita mo sa intraday, may mas profit siya. As you can see, sa end of day, 260k USD kapag 20 account. Dito, 290. Dito sa 100k, 370 kung 20 account. Then, 360. Then, 410k USD. Tapos dito, 390. Assuming ito, guys, na kaya mong makapag-request ng full payout every time na magre-request ka. Kasi the thing about now is that kapag hindi mo na-request yung buong 1.5, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-carry over dito sa pangalawang request mo. Diba meron kang 52,100? Tapos kapag nag-request ka, let's say, naging 52,600 yan, gusto mong i-request yung minimum. So, mababawasan ka ng 500. Nag-request ka ng 500, nag-payout ka ng 500, that is your payout number 1. So, ngayon, pag magre-request ka ng payout number 2, yung hindi mo na-request dito sa payout number 1, hindi mo na yan makukuha. So, agad payout number 2 ka, ang max mo is $2,000. So, the thing here is you have to structure, you have to strategize kung paano ka mag-request ng payout. If you are confident enough na kaya mong makaabot ng third, fourth payout, yeah, I would suggest like withdraw only kapag nasa max payout ka. But if you are someone who's just remove that pressure na gusto mong bawiin yung pinambayad mo ng eval, I would suggest take the minimum payout 500 and then try to aim whatever the amount you want to aim sa second payout, right? Pero ako personally, hindi na ako magre-request unless it is a max payout request just because I am confident in my ability na I can do it. But for most of you probably watching this, you need to maybe relieve that pressure first na request nyo muna yung minimum balance. But yeah, kasi kapag nagre-request ka ng 500 every time, that's gonna suck because kung magre-request ka ng 500 only hanggang 6 payout, ang makukuha mo lang 3,000 and then yung account mo mabablow na siya. So ako, ang gagawin ko is I'm gonna request as much as possible the max payout every time. What happens on the 6 payout? Di ba meron ka safety net na 50-100? After 6 payout, mabablow yung account mo. Meaning, yung 50-100 na nakuha mo, mapo-forfeit na yon. So, hindi mo talaga ma-withdraw yung safety net na 2,100, which sucks. And it is what it is. Like I said, yung video na to is yung pros and cons from old plans. Okay, I think the goal of Apex right now is mainly consistency, right? Sa mga traders, binabawasan nila yung mga cap. So, yung 1 million dream na max payout, 2 million, hindi na yun pwedeng magawa ngayon. Kasi nga, wala na. Kumbaga, yung record ni Jade Cap na making 2 million with Apex across 20 accounts is final. Yun na, hindi na yun papalitan pa because meron ng payout cap ngayon kay Apex, which is something na most of you should not probably worried about kasi if you haven't gotten like 2 payout, 3 payout, why would you even like think about the 6 payout, right? At the end of the day, this money is a lot for us Filipinos. So yeah, yun yung main thing. But the thing is, mas ano na siya ngayon, friendly na siya sa mga beginner kasi wala nang mga sketchy rules na akala ng iba na hidden rules kasi nga wala ng MAE and all that stuff. Dahil wala nang ganon kasi meron ng DLL, meron ng tire-based scaling. And yeah, so after 6 payout, graduate ka na. It's either transition sa live, allowed ka mag-continue sa more PA, or no more sim for you. By this point, I would guess no more sim for us sa mga Pilipino unless they would allow you to continue on more PA. But who knows? At the end of the day, if you made already so much money, you know, you might as well trade with other prop firm or trade your personal account. So yeah, that's essentially the breakdown. To conclude, Apex is now more beginner friendly. Mas clear na yung rules, and I just hope no more payout denials. And yeah, I think the prices are going to increase, especially sa 150k, because this is the cheapest 150k out there. And yeah, that's basically the breakdown for this video, and I hope you guys like it, and good luck on your prop farm journey. And if you want to support my channel, you can always use the code down below in the description. It will always give you the best discount. Join my Discord as well, where we help other traders with their question, with their trading journey, and share everyone experience on their trading and different prop firm experience. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.